So, good morning folks, it's Stuart Leeser of Chiselbury. I'm here again with another of our great authors. This time it's Jack Bowsher, the author of the recently released Forgotten Armour, Tank Warfare in Burma. So Jack, good morning.
Morning.
And the sun's come out now, I've come to interview you, so you're rather more suitably dressed than me for the early morning. So Jack, tell us a little bit about the book and why you've written it.
So the main thing is that Forgotten Armour is a reappraisal of the Burma campaign that took place between 1942 and 1945. Most people would consider it, it's all monsoon and jungle, infantry slogging through, and when really the big thing that people have forgotten is the fact that the Burma campaign or the jungle fighting in the Burma campaign is actually a means to an end. You endure the jungle fighting and you have to train and prepare for jungle fighting, but the overall point of it is that you get through it so that you can use Allied advantages to actually then, and those advantages are, armour, air power and artillery. You can then use those full advantages that the Allies have and a weakness for the Japanese in areas that are most suitable. So you get through that jungle and you get onto the plains, places like the Shwebo Plain, the Irrawaddy Plain, or the Imphal Plain in the defensive battles of 1944. Forgotten Armour is looking at all of those things, and the reason why it's such an important reappraisal is the fact that when identifying this and taking into account the fact that jungle fighting is really that means to an end that I've said, is that what you're doing is you're getting those tanks as the most direct way of fighting against the Japanese, in particular the bunkers that are the main defensive position that are so difficult for Allied troops to attack, to break down and get through positions, and then get into the classic manoeuvre warfare that you see in 1945, the Battle of Mekhtila in particular.
And what's the reception been like so far? Your book's been out for 3 weeks?
Yeah, so it's been absolutely fantastic. We've had a lot of really wonderful reviews. Robert Lyman has given it his blessing. Al Murray, James Holland, Peter Caddick-Adams have all said how fantastic it is. We've also had a few generals, including Adrian Bradshaw, the deputy commander of NATO a few years ago. So we've had some fantastic, both on the historical side and also on the military side. But it's been really, really popular. People have been, I believe it's the best-selling book with Chiselbury Publishing at the moment as well. By far the nicest endorsement though is the fact that so many people who have already got the book and already dug into it have already said how much they're enjoying it. The mixture of narrative stories, the human drama that you find behind any sort of combat accounts, but also the important analysis of the features behind it. This isn't just battles. This is also looking at the logistics of the campaign. There's some stuff on the training, a little bit on the technologies as well, or in the Japanese case the lack of development of those technologies whilst the Allied technology continues to improve throughout, and how all of those things combine together with the eyewitness's account that then gives some colour and emotion at times to the analysis.
And you've had some even from relatives of people in the book, like Connolly.
Yeah, yes, of course. So the grandson of Malcolm Connolly, one of the men that I've done, they've contacted me and said, how fascinating it was, how pleased it was to see their relative being brought to life again for them and being commemorated properly. But also the man who commanded the tank that cleared the tennis court at Kohima, his granddaughter, she not just has enjoyed the book since she got an advanced copy of it, but also she contributed with letters and so on, so that I could get to understand her grandfather, Jerry Waterhouse. He in particular, the man that commanded the tank that cleared the tennis court, he's the kind of person that every single person with an interest in the Second World War should know his name. He's as important as John Howard or John Frost, at D-Day, Pegasus Bridge or at Arnhem. He's a real hero as well.
Forgotten Armour, hopefully you're redressing that balance.
Absolutely right. I couldn't resist the title Forgotten Armour with, because we're talking about Forgotten Army. Forgotten Armour, Tank Warfare in Burma is available now through Chiselbury Publishing.
Well, thanks very much, Jack. Thanks very much for your time today, and well done, a great talk earlier today, and I look forward to working with you again. Thanks very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Cheers.